was just reminded of the time that I pissed off the Black Hebrew Israelites because I had talked about, remember that like black white supremacist who like shot up a school? Well, his parents were Black Hebrew Israelites, and I then talked about how that perfectly makes sense because they are a right-wing, anti-black, misogynistic, anti-Semitic, bigoted, homophobic, transphobic organization / cult. And duh, it would make sense that somebody who was raised in a environment that is so filled with hate would just go right along the alt-right pipeline down to white supremacy. Duh, it makes sense. And they were not happy about that. They were not happy that I called them cults. They were not happy that I mocked their fake religion. And some man made a 20-minute video about me on TikTok. I said, 20 minutes? You ranted a raven for 20 minutes about a random bitch? Some other guy was like, you have a fairy tale poster. Why do you know what fairy tale is? He's like, you have a fairy tale poster. I don't trust no adult that had a fairy tale poster. So you know what fairy tale is. And you seem much older than me. Because I was but a nice 24. You look 40. So now we both staring at each other, both know what fairy tale is. Aren't we both embarrassed? They were calling me all sorts of Jezebel, also telling me I need to what's it called, apologize to Yakub. That was genuinely the funniest month of my life. Them people are delusional. They are not okay.
I grew up in a Hebrew Israelite church nearly my entire life. I left about 4 years ago, and in this moment, I'm deeply appreciative of when I left, because if I was still in church at this time, my end of world trauma would have been on 10. If I would have left even within the last year or several months, my end of world trauma would be on 10. We've been living in end times my entire life. And growing up, that was genuinely terrifying. As a child, I was terrified of natural disasters. Tornado warnings would set me off. I was terrified of earthquakes and volcanoes erupting, and I live in the Midwest. Natural disasters were not my thing. And I can only imagine all of the feelings I would have been sitting with if I was still in the church or if I had freshly left the church. And it also doesn't help that Passover just passed and unleavened bread also passed recently or is coming up. And I'm just sure I would have been sitting with a lot of feelings. And not only sitting with a lot of feelings, but I would have been in an environment where everyone else is also very much centered on end times and it's almost that time and we have to get ready to flee. And that really just would have had me spiraling. And so, a win is a win, because even with Passover and unleavened bread having passed recently, I'm in a good place. I do still see the comments on people talking about end times, Jesus coming back, which is wild sometimes to see from the outside looking in at this point. But I'm glad that Nicole isn't spiraling. To the nosy ass, raggedy ass, brainwashed, bird brain indoctrinated ass bitch, did you think it was going to slow me down when you decided to send my content to my grandfather? Did you think that was going to stop me from talking about what I talk about? Did you think I was going to be trembling in my boots because you decided to tell my grandfather I was queer? Babes, you've been a fan all of this time, lurking in the shadows. Have you learned nothing? I'm not scared of you, and I'm not scared of your God, and you can't whoop me. Neither one of y'all can. So what did you think you were going to accomplish? What did you think was going to happen, beloved? Did you think I was going to stop talking about deconstruction? Did you think I was going to stop talking about queer people? Did you think I was going to quit my job working in queer health with queer seniors? Did you think that was going to slow anything down? If anything, you have made me want to go harder. Now I got to go back and put money on ads and take up space on the interwebs just because you thought you was going to be a snitch ass bitch. And it's interesting because I feel like so many of you are scared of the God that you choose to believe in. And when you see someone who doesn't walk with that same fear, when you see someone who is very much untethered, when you see someone who is very much comfortable in who they are and who they choose to be, and who are very authentic in the way that they show up in the world, that really gets under y'all skin. And I can understand why. You belong to a doctrine where you would never be able to be your full self. And to you, you're trading that for some type of salvation. And when you see someone not doing that and also doing well, it really just gets y'all. It really just gets y'all. Well, since you're here, And I know you're watching, babe. You might want to buckle up. You might want to strap in, beloved, because the conversations won't stop. I'm going to keep talking about my experience in church. I'm going to continue to talk about those predators in the church you choose to uplift. I'm going to continue to talk about the sinners in the church vans that's up here riding around sitting on church time. I'm going to continue to talk about it. And you not go stop me either. I don't care who you tell. You can send this to the church group chat. You can put this in the fucking church Facebook group. It won't stop nothing, beloved. Save it to your phone. Watch it every day. Because now,